Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another Live in Leesburg, where on Fridays I take you behind the scenes of a different department or service provided to you here in the town. I'm Leah Cozen, Assistant Public Information Officer, and today I am at the Balch Library where we are going to be talking about a new book club that just launched about a month ago. Joining me today for the very first time is Morgan Dunwoody. Their pronouns are they, them, a Senior Library Associate at Balch, which is, again, where we are today. Morgan, thank you so very much for joining us. Tell me about the book club and how it came to be. I believe you guys met for the first time just a week or two ago, correct?
Yeah, we met, I believe, on the 22nd of May, and it was really great. I love book clubs. But how it all started, basically, I know Balch, its main focus is research on family history, historical properties, things like that. Mm-hmm. But we also wanted to engage with people who didn't come here, specifically people who are like more hesitant,
right,
because they believe it's just strictly research, but it's not. So we thought, let's have a book club, to make it more accessible to people who are just not for sure if they're allowed to come or not.
Sure.
And that's where it really all started.
All right, so tell me, how often does the book club meet, and how are the books chosen? I know you've only chosen one so far. Actually, you've chosen a few. There's a lineup through October.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, my process is really simple. I just not wonder, but look through the books and just say, would someone be interested in reading this? Mm-hmm. And that's really it. Like the first book I chose was And Then There Are None by Agatha Christie. Okay. And I thought everyone loves a good mystery, which it is, and everyone loves Agatha Christie, so let's just go with that. And they really enjoyed talking with that.
So these are actually like novels and chapter, but it's not just like some, I don't even know, a reference book or something like that. But these are actual books.
These are actual books that people enjoy reading.
Okay,
it's a mix of historical fiction and also nonfiction as well, so you get the fun side with more like learning about history.
Yeah.
Too.
And do you know, do you remember how many people attended the first one?
Yeah, so it was about 20 folks that showed up for the first.
Yeah. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, we were packed in there.
All right, great. And so everyone, assuming this is just like a normal book club, they read the book, they had 3 weeks or so to read it, they came back and you all discussed it.
Yeah, it was really great. There was a lot of good conversation just about like the historical context, especially with the title. And Then They're Done, that's not the original title. It was something else. We talked about that, the characters, did we like them? Everyone honestly disliked everyone, which was fine. But it was really, really good.
Great. So now the next meet is coming up June 26th. Let's talk about the book. What is the book that everyone's going to be reading, and how do they get their hands on it?
Yeah, so we're actually reading The Good Lord Bird by James McBride.
Okay.
This is my first book that I am reading by him. And basically, it's about pre-Civil War, about John Brown. Mm-hmm. And about his whole, how he started, kind of initiate the Civil War and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's basically just a satire about slavery and about that whole build up to the Civil War. Okay. And you want to think satire, like funny stuff, would go well with slavery, Civil War, but it goes very well. James McBride does a very good job with combining those two things. Okay,
so if somebody wanted to join in, do they stop by Balch Library to get the book? Do they have to get it on their own?
Yeah. So basically, we do still have a few copies here that they can come and borrow.
Okay.
Also, Loudoun County Public Library, they have some copies, as well as Fairfax Library. They have online copies as well, and e-audiobooks, which I know a lot of people like too.
Sure, and let's show everyone the book one more time. So if you're a quick reader, you could grab this a week before the next meet, which again is going to be June 26th. The book is The Good Lord Bird by James McBride. Again, a couple of copies still here at Balch Library. They can bring them home, but they must bring them back, correct?
They can bring them back at the next meeting.
Okay, perfect. And anybody can attend. They don't have to be a part of the club. Like they didn't have to be here for the first one. They can come to as many or as little as they want.
Yeah, of course. They can join in to as many meetings or as few meetings as they like. There's no registration as well.
Okay, so they can just show up. They don't necessarily have to sign up or anything like that.
You don't even have to read the book. There are a few people who didn't read the book that came last time.
That's true. If they just want to hear about the book, maybe they'll put it on their list for next time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and speaking of next time, here is a list of all of the upcoming book club meets, again, here at Thomas Balch Library. I believe, is it the 3rd?
It's the 4th Thursday.
4th Thursday of every month. So there's your list for June 26th, July 24th, August 28th, September 25th, and October 23rd, in case anybody wants to get a head start on any of these books. Feel free. Again, no reservations are required. You can just show up at 6:45 p.m. here at Thomas Balch Library. In addition to the book club, there is also another club coming up, correct? At least there's an interest meeting taking place. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's for the genealogy club. This one is actually the 14th of August, so there's a little bit of time to decide.
Sure. And what can you explain about this club?
For the genealogy club, so there are a lot of patrons who are interested in like doing family history and stuff, and it's kind of for those folks that want to get together and talk about it and talk about the process of like how they find these resources and information.
All right.
But yeah,
very informative, very great. Okay. Anything else that you want to add about either of the clubs?
I think that's about it. Hopefully I'll see some new faces next time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for bringing something new to the town and for offering this service to everyone. Again, you don't have to be, I just want to clarify, you do not have to be a resident to join this, correct?
You do not, right?
Okay, all right, wonderful. So if anyone has questions about the book club here at Thomas Balch Library, please post those in the comment section below. I'll be sure to monitor them throughout the weekend and answer any questions that you might have, or you can always reach out to Thomas Balch Library by calling them or visiting them online. All that information is on the town website at leesburgva.gov. Until next time, make it a great weekend, and thank you always for watching.